Tyler Perry scores a 0% on Rotten Tomatoes. And you know what? I'm not even mad at it.
Round and round in the underground, you were lost, now you're found.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to the couch. My name is Cameron Parker. If this is your first time joining us, this is the Parker's Couch. Make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. We are starting to build this page. We're getting focused and getting into it. So I need y'all to help us out. Go out and share this page with others. We need more subscribers. It's growing. I love the direction it's going. But we trying to get monetized, baby. And right now we're getting serious about it. So we are going to work towards that collectively as a community. All right. So we are getting back to the heart of some of the things that the couch does, which is based in reviews. We love reviewing movies, TV shows, music, all different kind of things. And so we're going to get to the heart of some of that on the YouTube channel. And we're going to get back into some review action with Tyler Perry's Divorce in Black. And I decided to pick it back up with the Tyler Perry movie because I've heard difference of opinions as all of Tyler Perry's movies seem to go. To me, he's been trending in the wrong direction. And Rotten Tomatoes wasn't very kind to Mr. Tyler Perry. Their critics' review was a 0% that was given total. And I believe it's out of 11 reviews from their critics. But the audience score was 65%. So there's always that divide with the audience. All right. So Tyler Perry's Divorce in Black, no surprise, directed and written by who? Tyler Perry himself. This lies, some of the problems that we are going to get into and that I'm going to talk about here. But I want to start off actually with something positive before I get into my review of the movie and my thoughts on Tyler Perry directing and writing everything. Let's talk about how Tyler Perry does pay his people and does his people right. Now, you ain't going to hear any complaints unless your name is Monique. But anybody outside of that has nothing but glowing things to say about Tyler. Megan Good, who plays Ava in the movie in a leading role, and Corey Hardritt, who plays Dallas in the other co-leading role, her husband and ex-husband. We'll get into some of that in the movie. They had some things to say. Megan Good, she was out telling people, quote, "I was asking for $500,000. I didn't get paid that until I did my first Tyler Perry film. He was the first person that broke the standard that I was getting paid for films. And he gave me $500,000, she said on Variety's Actors on Actors." So Tyler, he does pay people their worth. He does that, and he has looked out for a lot of people. And let you listen to what Corey had to say on the Breakfast Club.
We saw what Megan said about Tyler paying her the most she's ever been paid.
What she
I've heard Taraji say that. I've heard Tiffany Haddish say that.
Can I tell you?
Yeah.
He paid me the most I ever made in a film for 3 weeks.
Really?
Wow. Ever. And I worked on films 5 months, $75 million budgets. 3 weeks. That's why I say he's a gift from God.
He's an amazing human being.
Gift from God, man.
I mean, just glowing reviews of Tyler for those who work with him and have been a part of his production. So, and I think there is something to say about that. Definitely that Tyler, we talk a lot about helping Black folks and Black people looking out for Black people. And so there is an element of Tyler where he does look out for people. And especially whenever we in this Hollywood world where Taraji, has been leading the way out front about not getting paid and things like that. In the Hollywood world, Tyler's leading the way there and paying people what they're worth of our culture. Now, with that said, that's probably going to be the only positive I have to say about this. So Megan Good, she does play Ava, as I said, in the leading role. If you're not familiar with Megan Good, if you're looking at this video for some reason don't know who she is, Think Like a Man is probably the most notable role that you would know her from. She's also currently in Harlem. I love that show. I know some people have differences of opinion on that. But Megan is kind of coming back around. Like, it was this one point in time where Megan was kind of like becoming that it girl or possibly that it girl. Then she kind of fell away, fell off. She went through her whole journey and stuff. And now she's wrapped back around with Jonathan Majors. And now they're all outside together. And as if they are really trying to get in the forefront of the culture and stuff right now. She was on Shannon Sharp, the sit down show and all that stuff, and she's been all around. Now we have Corey Hardrick, who plays her husband in the movie and soon to be ex-husband. He's also been in most notably things like American Sniper. He's also in the All American series, so you may know him from that as well. But he plays the husband, soon to be ex-husband, in the film. Now this film, let's get to the crux of it and what it really is about. Well, before I do that, I do want to highlight too that they do have my girl in here too as well, Miss Debbie Morgan. Come on, all my children. That's Angie. That'll always be Dr. Angie, y'all. But she's in it. Debbie Morgan, she's great. I love the roles, any role that Debbie Morgan is in. She's been in a million different things as well. And the other big role in the movie was Joseph Lee Anderson, who plays Benji, who is the new love interest with Megan Good. And also I say Richard Lawson, who plays the father of Megan Good, and he's the preacher. He also has a big role in the movie. So those are probably the 5 main characters, along with, well, I say 6, because then there's along with Megan's best friend in the movie as well, played by Taylor Williams. She also has a very big role in the movie. And her husband, Shannon Wallace, he's there. He has a slightly big role in the movie too. I guess they're in that supporting kind of mind frame. All right, so what is Divorce in Black about? Ava's husband, Dallas, leaves her heartbroken as he deserts their marriage. Dallas' malicious actions unravel as Ava gets a chance to find true love with her destined soulmate. The way this film starts off, y'all, this funeral scene, and this is one that's been a difference of opinion that I've seen throughout social media. Some love it, and they were like, this is what got me hooked. I am here to stay. This is why I'm invested in this. I'm hooked. Others, like me, was kind of like, what the hell is going on? That scene was so chaotic. Like, I can't even describe it. I don't want to give away all the movie if you're planning on watching it, but a lot of you have seen it by now. But we know at this funeral scene, whenever there's the older brother of Dallas who's passed away, and there's this obvious contention of Dallas and his family and Ava and her family, and they're, they don't mix. It's like the Hatfields and the McCoys or something. They're back and forth. But the level of, I don't even know the word I want to say, just the degree that they go to showcase how these families don't get along. It's just over the top. It is so over the top, to the point where they literally pull out the body out of the casket to remove it. Like, they're getting in this huge fight in the funeral session, and she's like, the mama is just way over the top the whole movie. And she's like, take them out of there, boys. Take them out of there. And get them out. Gang of brothers, get their brother out of the casket. And I'm like, what is going on here? What is going on? My problem with this movie, and that kind of sets the scene. And then the Ava, played by Megan Good, she goes back later to kind of like to the family's property, looking for Dallas. He wants nothing to do with her. The family is like really shunning her. Like, you could tell they treat her like trash. He treats her like trash and all these things. My problem is we get into this, and it's fine if a movie is starting where you see this contention, but there's really no development. There's no why or how did we get here. there's hints of things that happen with Dallas through the movie where something happened with his father and it looks like he killed his father and his mother made him kill him or something, or it was abuse or something going on, but we never really find out what is happening. And where's all this hatred coming from? Like, what's stemming from it? Is there some history of the past with the parents and the mom and this and that? You know, Dallas and his family, they're known as the notorious bad guys, bad people in the county there in Georgia or whatever city in Georgia they're in. And they're notoriously known to be doing things, but the law enforcement just kind of lets them wreak havoc and they never get in trouble. They never, take them down, even though they are doing things and causing all kind of mischief throughout the county and city and all this stuff. But anyway, the movie kind of just stays at a note. Like the progression that is going, you understand, like she's in this bad marriage. We find out Dallas wants a divorce. She kind of doesn't want that. Her friend is trying to get her to see how he treats her like shit all the time. And like, this is a blessing. And she's kind of like that ride and die hard friend. And she's on her one note the whole time, where she is with that, where it's like, F you, Dallas, F you, blah, 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 all the time. And she's riding with a girl. Yeah, it's the same kind of characters that you would expect, but they just don't go anywhere. And so Ava, she ends up taking some time and spending time with her family. You kind of see, oh, she comes from a good family life. She has this, her dad's a preacher. They like, we never wanted your life to kind of go this way. She wasn't raised this way. How did you get yourself into this type thing? So it's like this good family home, but she falls in love with this bad boy. And then here comes Benji. Benji appears because the family even wanted her to be with Benji. Even a friend wants her to be with Benji because she ends up kind of, when they go through the divorce, when they're going through that part in the movie, she ends up sliding Benji in. The problem with the whole Megan Benji story is that there is no chemistry between the two of them. And when they do eventually get together, it's really chaotic. And it looks like I was watching The Have and the Have Nots or something like that, or some Tyler Perry or some other show versus a film and a developed production.
I also just have a big issue with how over the top Dallas is. His character is just completely over the top all movie. He's unhinged. He's always just enraged the whole entire time till it's ridiculous. And the scenes are just unbelievable. How he's breaking in, to her house after their divorce, and whenever he catches her with Benji, like that scene is so chaotic. How he jats up her mom in the grocery store. How he just continuously shows up to her workplace outside of the bank and kind of just sits there. He's showing up random places and just sitting in the car. But it's, I don't know. It's just so one note. And it becomes incredibly frustrating throughout the whole entire movie.
But other than that, believability is a major issue within the movie itself. And Megan Good herself spoke about that in a joint interview she had with Corey that they did on Today, whenever she was speaking about the characters in the movie. And Megan said that she didn't fully relate to Ava's experience despite her divorce that she went through with Devon Franklin, which was finalized in 2022. She says sometimes your character is just your character. And so what they're going through, even though you may be able to relate to it, is still that character's journey. And for her, she couldn't relate to everything that this character was going through. And to me, that played on the screen. She didn't really have any connection with this Ava character. And whenever she switched from being the kind of like getting run over type girl, I just love my husband and he could do whatever he wants to me, to being the bad bitch and stuff. And when she has that line like, you awoken the bitch in me or something like that, it didn't make any sense. Like, you didn't feel anything from that. And it came out of nowhere. She had this quick switch in a character, and it was just so chaotic, just like everything else in the movie. And Corey kind of echoed her sentiments there. And he didn't fully relate to the character either that he had, because of course he's not full of that violence and rage and everything that the character has, which I can understand. And he said, plus I don't even drink. He had vices of alcohol. I don't drink alcohol. Dallas did. Dallas had vices of alcohol in the movie, but he doesn't drink alcohol. So I had to act my behind off and do a lot of scene study and character work. And that made sense to me, because I was like, I don't think Corey's a bad actor, but him as a drunk just was not believable. And that made sense if you've never had alcohol before in your life, or you're not prone to drinking alcohol. I ain't gonna say never had in your life, but you're not a drinker and you don't know what that is like. Then that makes sense. So there's a loss of connection for me through the majority of the characters in this movie. Not everyone, like I said, my girl Debbie, Angie, as I say, always on my children, Miss Debbie Morgan. She had connections. She's always good. So I have no problems with her. But everybody else, it just seemed really forced and didn't work. And the script is very stale. And let's talk about that ending. I don't want to ruin it for everybody who hasn't seen it. So maybe if you don't want a spoiler, just kind of fast forward or do whatever. But the ending, you know what it's all building up to. Classic in this movie, these type of movies. You know there's going to be some kind of showdown with the ex-husband and the wife, and it's all building up to that. And we work up to that moment. I won't go through all the details there. But whenever they do have their showdown and she kills him in the end, that last scene when they're in the hospital and her, the father had been injured, something happened with him. I'm not going to go through all that. And next door to them, or in that same hallway, was the mother of Dallas and the brothers and stuff there. That scene was just so unbelievable. The way that they confronted each other, and how, the mother was like, this isn't over. And then it was like, well, it better be over. Megan was saying that she has some line where she is like, you're going to get tired of doing bad things to good people, or something like that. And kind of like rolls her eyes or whatever, and like walks off as her big kind of triumphant moment. It's just so bad. It was just really bad. Just really, really bad. And here is the problem that we're going to bring it back to, with Tyler Perry directing and writing everything himself. For all the good that you do and that you have done, and you got these people here, and you get names in your movie, and you have good actors and people in your movie, but if the script is terrible, there's only so much you can do. There's pieces that's on the actors and stuff themselves, which I think in this particular film, the acting was not great. That's just my opinion. Like I said, I don't think these people are like bad actors in different things that they've been in, but the acting just was not good at all for me in this film. But other than that, you got to have people who are well versed in writing, who can check you and with some of the directions you're going. You can't write your script and proofread your own script. You got to hand that out to somebody, because there's so many plot holes, so many things that just don't make sense. It's just so stale. It goes nowhere. And I feel a lot like Lonnie Love. Lonnie Love had a lot to say about this today, if you saw what she had to say on X. So on X, Lonnie Love says, I love that Tyler is paying Black actors now, and I wish he would hire Black writers and directors that have experience to help him with his movies. He could improve the movies and make them award worthy if he would stop trying to save money by doing the writing and directing himself. Now that's a read. Now, you might argue that the way he's able to pay these people more and more money is because he does do a lot of that himself, and that's saving some money his way. But I don't know. I feel like the films may even be more successful and more of a crossover if you got some better writing in there, where I think it's all going to equal out and help each other, work its way out. And plus, you're going to be helping more Black people. I think it's just a part of a creator's kind of selfishness and just really just arrogance and all that. And it just not wanting to let go of kind of like your baby and your content. But the bigger picture is sometimes you got to step outside of yourself, get others in to help you. They see things that you can't see, and in the end, your product is going to be better. So, Tyler, I'm sorry. For me, Divorce in Black, y'all, when it comes to the wine ratings, this doesn't even get wine glasses. I'm going to give this one glass of unsweet tea. We won't even get sweet with this one. This is definitely unsweet. I won't go as bad and say 0%. Like Rotten Tomatoes, but it's close. I almost want to say what's worse than 0, but I won't do that to you because I do respect you, Tyler. But this movie is not it. So if y'all on social media that is talking about you like this movie, I don't understand, but I'll let y'all have it. But for me, Divorce in Black is a big no. All right, y'all. That's the review on the couch for Divorce in the Black, I should say. Not Divorce in Black. That title always confuses me as well. But look forward to future reviews here on the couch. Make sure you stay tuned to our podcast. My brothers and I will be recording on Wednesday or Thursday. So make sure you stay tuned. All right. See y'all later.
Bring it